Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's our first NBC weekend review, or actually our weekend preview, brought to you by First NBC Bank. First NBC Bank, 31 locations throughout the greater New Orleans area and beyond. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNola.com. Here at Alec Box Stadium, of course, LSU, Super Regional, Oklahoma. Lenny, in terms of draw, this is not an easy draw. It's a tough one for LSU.
It is, and it's arguably the most attractive of the Super Regionals from the standpoint that over the course of the next 2 days, you may see 4 highly draftable pitchers. 3 guys who are going to go in the draft as soon as Thursday night, starting with Jonathan Gray of Oklahoma, could be the number 1 overall pick. Ryan Eads of LSU, Oklahoma's number 2 guy. And then you got Aaron Nola, who's going to be one of the top guys come next year. So you're going to see some outstanding starting pitching over the course of this weekend in Baton Rouge. And that's where it starts. Who can conquer, what offense can conquer that starting pitching, perhaps get into some bullpens. And that could be the team that has the upper hand when we come to Sunday night.
Both teams went unbeaten in their respective regionals, showing their prowess, even though LSU didn't play anywhere near its best. From the standpoint of how they end up playing each other, that's the problem, Lenny, is there really should be a different seeding process. You should reseed and or have a top 16 seeds in college baseball.
Yeah, in softball, you seed 1 to 16. In baseball, you don't. The argument has been they want to protect conference matchups all the way through into the College World Series. And you don't have, if you go 1 to 16, you'll see maybe, you might have seen LSU South Carolina this weekend, for instance. What would the LSU people be thinking right now if it was LSU South Carolina in the Super Regional when South Carolina came in here and won 2 out of 3? So those are the types of things that could happen. They protect those 1 seeds from the same conference against each other right now. That's kind of the give back in this whole process.
Looks like LSU has all of their guys available. Whether they're 100% or not is another story, but they'll have them available, and that's the key to have these people ready to go.
Right. Sean McMullen looking good in batting practice here on Thursday, and don't think he'll play the field necessarily, but certainly appears to be ready to DH this weekend.
And, of course, Laird, he'll continue to play, and they get Cody Glenn back, and obviously that's a big piece to the puzzle.
Yeah, this was a team, over the course of the last 2 weeks that has seemingly disintegrated with injuries and suspensions and collisions in the outfield and such. Is kind of crazy, but it looks like they've got everybody, they've got a whole roster again, shall we say, going into this weekend.
Saints minicamp, of course, full coverage at SportsNola.com. Read Al Dupuis' blog, Brian Alley Walsh's blog, Rick Gailey's blog as well. So the minicamp phase, that will wind down, and then we'll just get ready for training camp.
1 more week of OTAs, so that's basically all that's left, and then we'll come back and get ready for training camp. A lot of excitement about minicamp, but again, these are guys that are basically in helmets and shorts right now. You're not seeing that much other than guys running around and fans in the stands, unlike other times.
The NBA Finals, Miami, San Antonio. Spurs are well rested. I'm not sure how big that is. It's big for veterans, but something just tells me I still got to pick the Heat.
Miami, how about this stat? Miami, San Antonio, and the Lakers, one of those 3 teams has been in the finals every year for the last 15 years. And this is the first time that 2 of them are in the finals together of those 3. So that's pretty remarkable there. It's just, this is as high profile a finals matchup as we've seen arguably since the 90s.
Zephyrs home, Voodoo hitting the road.
Zephyrs coming back home. The Dodgers AAA affiliate from Albuquerque coming to town. The Voodoo heading up to Philadelphia. Might be dodging weather on the way there, but hey, it's seasons roll on. We're into the dog days of summer now, fully.
High school sports keep up with American Legion baseball, of course, with results, and of course the select non-select issue. Full coverage as everything continues to evolve. It changes, it seems, day to day, week to week, month to month. So until they start playing games, who knows?
Yeah, one of the interesting things out of the LHSAA meetings, the awarding of championships on Wednesday. You may be able to vote in the Lake Charles mayor's race by the time by the time next spring gets here, with all the basketball championships, all of the softball championships, and now all of the baseball championships in Southwest Louisiana between Lake Charles and Sulphur. So, who do you like in the mayor's race next year?
Money talks, okay? It's that simple. And Lake Charles won because they made the best bids. It's that simple. All right, Lenny, it's a great time here at Box. We look forward to the weekend and your coverage, along with Nick Kruger, from the Box here this weekend at the Super Regional.
One of my favorite times of the year, Ken. Should be a lot of fun.
All right, Lenny, thank you. This has been our first NBC weekend preview, brought to you by First NBC Bank, with 31 locations throughout the greater New Orleans area and beyond. That's First NBC Bank, where to do your banking. For Lenny, I'm Ken Trahan from the Box. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.